Hi there! Welcome to Cambly. I am teacher Darryl. Today, we are going to do a short lesson on some commonly mispronounced words. Now, before we dive in and start with those words, let's discuss why these words are mispronounced and how it will help you to know how to say them. So firstly, why do these words get mispronounced? The reason is when natives speak English, we often speak fast, and we often drop letters and syllables and sounds from longer words. This is something called elision. So elision is when we drop a sound, a syllable, or a letter, or a group of letters from a word, in order for us to say it in a faster way. Now, how will this help you to know these words? These are very, very common words. And by knowing how a native says them, you will automatically improve your fluency and sound more like a native. Also, it will make it easier to say these words because you don't have all of the sounds and all of the letters. So with that being said, let's start. We'll start with the first word, a very common word, vegetable. Now, if we take a look at the word vegetable, we see that it has this extra E, this extra sound in the word. But when natives say it, we don't say vegetable. We say it quick and fast, and we say vegetable. As an example, we could say, I love having vegetable soup in the winter. So we say it quickly, vegetable. It's a common use of elision, dropping that extra sound. The next word is lovely. And again, the same thing is happening in this word. If we take a look, it has this extra E in the word. And there is a common tendency to pronounce this as lovely. But again, we don't need to say all the sounds. We drop that E and we say lovely. And if you don't know what lovely means, lovely is when we describe something that was pleasant, that was good, that was fun. So for example, we could say, we went on a lovely vacation last summer. Lovely. The next word is temperature. And this is a long word, and that is why we drop out that whole extra sound. So instead of saying temperature, we say temperature. And we drop out that sound. Typical use of temperature could be for the weather. Today it was a really hot temperature. It was 37 degrees Celsius. Or we could talk about temperature when someone is ill and say they are running a temperature. The next word is temporary. Now there is a common mispronunciation of this word being said as temporary. And you can see how that is a long sounding word. So we drop out all of those middle letters and this becomes temporary. Obviously, temporary means something that is not firm and not permanent. We could say it's a temporary color, he's a temporary worker, it's only temporary. We can see it is much easier to say that word when we drop out the middle. The next word is comfortable. And here we're using the word comfort, so it's very common to pronounce this as comfortable. That's a long word, comfortable. So we drop out the O and the R, that whole sound, and this becomes comfortable. How can we use it? Let's look at an example. I like to wear comfortable clothes when I exercise. Or today, the temperature is very comfortable. And you can see how by dropping these letters, it becomes easier to say these sentences. The next one is another common mispronounced word. This is laboratory. Now, laboratory in some parts of the world is actually pronounced laboratory. But we can see that is still a very long sounding word. And for the most part, we're going to drop that middle syllable, and this will become laboratory. Much easier to say. And when you see it, it's much easier to read because you don't have to pronounce that middle sound. A typical example, we could say, the students are doing some experiments in the laboratory. We could also say that the results are still coming back from the laboratory. The next word is such a common word, yet it is so commonly mispronounced. And that is the word family. Yes, I know, even a word like that. And there you can see, it's got that middle I that we don't really need to say. So instead of saying family, we can just say this as two syllables, family. So you know now when you see it, say it quickly, family. And there are so many uses of the word family. Movies are great family entertainment. I went on a family vacation last year in Spain. There are so many uses of the word family. The next word is another very common word, and that is the word interesting, which we know comes from the word interest. So here we actually have two words with many different uses that is being mispronounced. And we can see it's got that middle E there that we don't need. So we don't say it's interesting or I will earn interest. We say it's interesting. That movie was very interesting. That book was quite interesting. And because we're talking about a bank, let's also look at another very common word, business. Yes, again, even a word like business. And again, you can see what's going to happen here. There is the middle I that we don't say. This is not pronounced as business. This is business. Easy and quick. And again, there are so many uses of the word business. He wants to improve his business skills. What business are you in? What business do you want to do? It's a very common word. And another very common word that is mispronounced is different. Yes, even different. And you can see in the word, there's the extra E that we don't say. This is a big word, so we say it quickly, different. And there are many different uses of the word different. I just used one there. We could also say there are many different recipes. There are many different books. There are many different cars. Different is a very common word. So there you go. 10 common mispronounced words that are also very common words themselves. And you know now, when you see these words, you can say them fast and quick, and actually, it will be easier for you to say. If you want to learn more with me on Cambly, please check out the link in the description below. We can do more mispronounced words, exam preparation, conversation practice, business English, anything you need. So, I hope you enjoyed, and until I see you in a classroom on Cambly, I'll say bye for now.